A lot of the clients that I work with have underlying shame and guilt about events of the past, and it is holding them back and really running their life. Even if it's not conscious, it might be subconscious. Can you relate to this? Is this happening to you? And if so, what do we do about it? So we often build up shame and guilt about things. Guilt is, I've done something wrong. I've made a mistake. Shame is, I'm no good. It's reflected on the person. So guilt is about a particular situation that happened, a mistake you made. Shame is when you reflect it on yourself. So shame is even worse than guilt. You know, you might have done something, said something to someone and you feel guilty for it, but you still say, okay, well, yeah, I know I feel guilty about that, but I know I'm still a good person. Shame is where you don't feel good enough. And do you know what? This is one of the biggest limitations that we have. We don't feel good enough. We don't feel worthy. We don't feel deserving of good things. Is this resonating? Have you got that? If so, we can do something about it. And this is what I do with my clients. I help my clients through this process because I've done it myself and I know that it works, and I've done it with other people and I know that it works. So yeah, we can start to, remove some of that stuff. First thing is becoming aware of it. So some of my clients aren't even aware that they're still holding on to this baggage, or they thought they'd gone through therapy and they thought they got it sorted and they haven't. So becoming aware of it. And often we can talk through it. Just talking about those things that we're fearful of, ashamed of, guilty about, our perceived limitations, our victimhood mentality, all of that. Talking about it is great. So talk about it with someone you trust, or talk about it with me. Write it down. Journal it. Okay, these things are great to journal as well because it gets it out of your head. Okay, this is so you start to dissociate from it. Okay, but when I say dissociate from it, allow it as well. It's being part of you. It's been serving a purpose. That shame and guilt has been serving a purpose. It has certain benefits to it. So that's kind of the first stage, being aware of it and starting to heal it through talking about it, through journaling it, etc. What did I write down next for it? Yeah. So often I get my clients to go through a very powerful forgiveness process. I call it the forgiveness ritual. And we go through 10 different steps, working together. We incorporate music. It's done both on a conscious and a subconscious level. And it's so powerful because if we're hanging on to guilt and shame, we're not forgiving ourselves, or we might be feeling guilty or shame about a conflict we've had with someone else. That the fact that we're really angry at them, but then we get angry for ourselves because we know that we should, as good human beings, not be angry with other people. So, that often we need to forgive other people, we need to forgive ourselves. So forgiveness is a very important thing. So try to forgive. That would definitely be something. And again, if you want help with that, I can work through that with you. It's a very powerful process. Also, what I get people to do is think about, because here's the thing. Let's just say that you've done something or said something to someone that you think you shouldn't have actually done. You think that was a bad thing. And it might have had some negatives potentially. But here's the thing. That's still a one-sided view. Potentially, even though you might have said some harsh words to someone, maybe that's what they needed. Or maybe, even if really those harsh words were wrong, etc., maybe they still have the opportunity to learn and grow from that. Maybe there's a reason why you said it. Maybe they could learn more about that. Maybe they said something that made you say it, so they could learn from that. Maybe they can grow to be more resilient. So there's always positives. There's always positives. So anything you're feeling guilty or shameful about, there is always positives. People who have had trauma in their lives have sometimes then, because of that trauma, they have then transform their life so that they now have a sense of purpose in helping all other people that experience similar trauma to that. So guess what? If they didn't experience that trauma in the first place, they wouldn't have been able to help all those other people. So anytime there's a perceived negative, we can rebalance it with a positive as well. And the other thing is, the last thing I wrote down there, is the fact that generally, if people are feeling shame or guilt, it's because, like I said before, they're not feeling good enough. They're not feeling enough. They're not feeling worthy or deserving of good things. So again, what I do is I get them to explore that. I do get my clients to work with certain processes that changes that so that they do feel good about themselves. They accept themselves. It's self-acceptance, the good, the bad, the ugly. But sometimes we need to get people to see more of those positive traits, those positive characteristics, those achievements. Sometimes it's just looking at it from a baseline level that they, everyone has a certain amount of worth, value. Everyone is enough, regardless of what achievements they've got or not got, etc. But other times, we focus on all the achievements. So it depends upon the person, but, acknowledge that you are enough. Can you look yourself in the mirror, look in your own eyes, look yourself in the mirror and say, I am enough? Can you say, I love you and all those kind of things? If there's some resistance there, that indicates that maybe there's some guilt, some shame, and you don't feel enough. So, has this helped you? If this has, please subscribe, hit the bell button, make sure you get notified of future videos, and write a comment below. Did any of this resonate with you? What have you learned? What have been your aha moments or your insights? I'd love to hear from you. Please do comment. If you've got any questions, do let me know. And if you want to work with me more closely, get in contact, write an email to me, go to my website, inneranthem.com, get in contact with me and we'll explore, I might even give you a free coaching session, just to, give you some help and get you started along your way. So, don't be afraid to get in contact with me. And until next time, unleash your inner anthem. Thanks for watching this video. Now, if you enjoyed it, please make sure you subscribe to this channel and like this video. And also, I'd love to hear your comments down below. Now, if you'd like any help with what we've discussed in this video or any other related topic, then feel free to get in contact with me using the details on the screen. And here's another video that you might like to watch now. And until next time, unleash your inner anthem.